consisting of Mr. Sim Lee Sheng as the first speaker, Mr. Tae Yong Shen as the second speaker, Ms. Jerin Go as the third speaker, and Mr. Lai Jia-wen as the fourth speaker. And on my left is the opposition team from UA, consisting of Ms. Anisha Lui as the first speaker, Mr. Fu Ming Ho as the second speaker, Ms. Zoe Kong as the third speaker, and Mr. Gui Kang Jie as the fourth speaker. Now, I would like to introduce our team of adjudicators. Mr. Jared as the chief adjudicator, and the other adjudicators are Mr. Wong, Ms. Subanti. I, Lian, will be the chairperson for this debate, and Chu Zhen will be the timekeeper. Now, I'm going to introduce the rules of today's debate competition. Firstly, the maximum speaking times are 5 minutes for each speaker, and 4 minutes for reply speech. Next, during the rebuttal, members may not bring up any new arguments or new evidence except in direct refutation of material which has already been presented. Then, member will speak only when called upon by the speaker. There's to be no heckling. Besides, all speakers should attempt to both deliver at least one POI and to accept one POI during the course of the debate. There's no continuous POIs allowed. It is considered as heckling. Furthermore, the first minute of each constructive speech is considered protected time, during which no POIs can be made. In addition, no POI and new main points may be made during the rebuttal speech. Moreover, the government must define the resolution. Their definition must be accepted unless it is undebatable or unreasonable. Lastly, is a time limit of competition. Time given is 5 minutes. The first bell will ring after the speaker speaks for 1 minute, like this. After 1 minute, members of the opposition team can then raise the POI. After the speaker has spoken for 4 minutes, the bell will ring like this. POIs can still made after this. POI's time given is 15 seconds. After the bell rang, the speaker will have to stop. And after the speaker has spoken for 5 minutes, the bell will ring twice, like this. The speaker will have to stop. I now call upon the first speaker of the government to present his case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, Chairman. Good morning, judges, timekeeper, teachers and students, and my dear opponent. My name is Li Shen, and I'm the first speaker of my team. Our topic is this house would allow student dating in school, to date in school. I will be talking about my definition and my first point. Our second speaker, Yong Shen, will be talking about the second point, learning, and third point, mental support. Third speaker, Jerry, will give rebuttal, and our last speaker, Jia-wen, will sum up the points and give the reply speech. Now I'm talking about my definition. First of all, dating is not only for couple, it also for friends and friends too. The main difference between dating and being in a relationship are connected by a mutual commitment to each other. You and your boyfriend or girlfriend will be seeing each other exclusively and are in a partnership together. Fellas, it's very stressful to study in high school, so we need to communicate with others and listen and need them to listen to us. In this area, friends of opposite sex are the best choice to speak up their mind. This is how teenagers begin in a relationship. Dating can let them release the stress together. They can talk their mind to each other. In the aspect of study, they can complement each other. This is our definition, and now my first point, freedom. Teenagers have the right to love each other too. The world is changing very soon nowadays. There is no limitation for students today in school. They shouldn't be prohibited. Students shouldn't be deprived of their freedom today. According to Stephen Covey, every human has four endowments: self-awareness, conscience, independent will, and creative imagination. This gives us the ultimate human freedom, the power to choose, to respond, to change. With these four endowments, students have their own right today, have the ability to identify what is right or wrong, and even if they make mistake, they still got time to learn from the mistake because they still young. People will only grow when they have made a mistake. Just think, if you never try something just so you won't make mistake, then what would you learn? What if you encounter issue when you become an adult? Even adults make mistake too, right? Students should be the ones who decided who and what they want in their life. So we strongly believe this house would allow students to date in school. Thank you.
Thank you. The first speaker has spoken for 3 minutes and 34 seconds. Next, we'll have the first speaker of the opposition to present her case. Time given is also 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, Chairperson and timekeeper. Good morning to the judges, members of the floor, and my honorable opponent. Today our topic is this house would not allow students to date in school. I would like to redefine what the first government has said. The definition of school is that it is a place for educating children. And what I mean by children is a young human being below the legal age of majority, which is 18 or under 18. And the definition of date is a social or romantic appointment or engagement, especially between two. This definition according to the Cambridge Dictionary. So, as the as the first speaker, I'm going to talk about the school's image. Please hold on. The second speaker will be talking about there is a time and place for everything. The third speaker is going to give the rebuttal speech. The fourth speaker is going to give the reply speech. Now I would like to talk about my team's first point. A romantic relationship will negatively affect students' academic performance, which will ruin a school image. Teenagers who are in dating relationships frequently have lower levels of academic achievement and motivation, as school will divide their focus, time, and energy in school. Furthermore, students will be always thinking about their partner instead of studying, which will affect their grades and ruin the school's image. According to studies, text messaging is the top way that students spend time with their romantic partners. 72% of teenagers uses text messaging as their communication with each other in classes, which will distract them from the lesson and affect their grades. On top of that, having a romantic relationship will also let students have higher levels of depression, as my second speaker will be elaborating. Kate Fogarty, a youth development specialist, reports that teen girls who are not in a romantic relationship have higher academic achievement than girls in romantic relationship. So why do we say that a school's image is important? A positive image can attract and receive high quality staff and students which will improve a school's success. Besides that, Parents will compare which school is better and send their child to a better school. Students are also an essential in financing a school. Furthermore, authorities choose to co-op or help schools that have a good image. The principal of Rudin School in North Wales once said relationship can start at university, not at secondary school. He also stated that he won't give a good university recommendation letter to the students who are dating. Listen, even a principal has stated he does not want students to date in school. So, our house strongly believes that school should not allow students to date. Thank you.
Might be alright. Yes, might be alright. Yes.
Please.
Miss Alicia, that you say that school is to learn academic, right? But the school is the place to learn neither the academic, but also our private life. Learn our responsibility and love.
Sorry, the
love.
time is up.
Okay.
Thank you. The first speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 24 seconds. Next, we'll have the second speaker of the government to present his case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you for the great speech from the opponent speaker. Good morning, my honorable judges, my fellow audience, the timekeeper and master of ceremony. I'm the second speaker of our team, Yongshen, and now I'm going to start my speech now. First, according to the first speaker of the opposition, I want to ask, why is dating a pressure for students? It is also relaxed for the students. And our topic is talking about schools, not secondary schools. It is included the primary school, secondary school, and the university, college. Okay, then I'm going to start my speech now. First, our team strongly believe that dating can bring us more improvements. We can build friendships among people and find an intimate person after getting such a for such a long time. It's one of the benefits for us when we step into the society when we have grown up. Besides, dating can help us to improve our social skills. Social skills have built an important role in almost everything we do. Apart from that, we can also learn how to accept others. It can also help us to improve our interpersonal skills. Then we can reflect the feelings and emotions that have been generated while communicating. This can help us to understand and improve our strengths and weakness. Teenagers will have to try about what is love. Teenagers may learn from mistakes in relationship because we still have time to improve ourselves. This is how we grow. This can also help us to be prepared for the future. Dating can also let us to learn about how to be responsible and become more confident. This can also help us to increase the quality of hold on. Okay. This can also help us to increase quality of our life and happiness. Finally, if you love when we are young, you can become more mature before dating. Each kind of trauma is a kind of measure. You will not be silly and naive anymore. You can improve your mind for love. From this, you can get more experience about it and will be more cherish yourself, your friendship and family relationship. Through dating, they can learn before adulthood. Because a teen days doesn't mean they are going to sex or having children. Besides, dating can also give us mental support. They can help each other when they are stressed or worried and make them happy when they are sad or upset. This can give them the emotional and practical support. They can be benefited from feeling that they are wanted and part of the family. Sometimes, within emotional issues, you can be embraced to share what is feeling or going on for you. That is why it is so important to share what is really going on for you. This, okay. Give your pain a voice and let someone listen. Dating should be allowed in school to let students have a nice, suitable, and near partner in school to talk with. When school does not go well for them, daters may find mental support from their partner. When daters found themselves in troubles, they could ask for opinions from their partner. And now, our pals strongly believe that dating can be...
POI, please.
Can.
Scientists say that an average length of a 15 to 18 years old of relationship lasts for less than 4 months. So that leads to our second speaker's point, which is emotional breakdown. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The second speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 29 seconds. Next, we'll have the second speaker of the opposition team to present his case. Time given is Next, we'll have the second speaker of the opposition to present his case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you to the chairperson and the timekeeper, and a very good morning to the judges, members of the floor, and my honorable opponents. I'm the second speaker of the opposition team, and I will be doing rebuttals on your points, and I will also be giving the second and third points of my team. First off, I'm going to go into my rebuttals. You talked about improvement and experience. By going through experience, we have to go through breakup, and some breakups are not so easy to go through. And it also lead to emotional breakdowns, depression, or even suicide. And also, you talk about mental support, and relationship doesn't just give mental support. Through breakup, you could also get mental stress, which is not very good. And now I'm going to go into the second part of my team, which is there is a time and place for everything. It is an idiom. It is said when someone is behaving in a way that you do not think is suitable for the situation they are in. And if you think about it, no, we do not disagree with the motion of dating. We just disagree it being done at school, because the school is an institution for education and not a place for you to find romance. And dating is appropriate because it's not appropriate because students don't have the capabilities to balance their studies and their relationship in their life. Now I'm going to go into the third part of my team. Okay, go ahead.
You say that breakup is not good, and I want to say at least you try to experience it, and it is good for experience when you are young. All right, thank you.
Studies have shown that some breakups are so bad that the negative effect will adversely affect a person's personal, social, and academic life.
But at least you experience it.
Now I'm going to go into the third point of my team, which is unwanted social problems. I'm going to give two subcategories about this. One is about pregnancy, and the other one is about emotional breakdowns. Now, pregnancy is a very serious case and can only lead to two endings. One is you have to get a lifetime responsibility of raising a human being, and the other one is the female has to go through the pain of abortion and get permanent damage done to their vaginas, and they might not ever be able to give birth ever again. And according to our studies, 60% of students who date and have sex got pregnant, and 44% of students who have sexual intercourse do not use condoms. And now I'm going to go into the other subcategory, which is about emotional breakdowns. There are also two ways this could end. One is you ruin your academic results and you leave a scar in your heart by forgetting about the relationship. And the other one is you ruin your academic results and you leave a scar in your parents' heart instead by suiciding because of depression. According to our research, 40% of students experience clinical level of depression following a romance dissolution. And the other 12% experience severe to moderate level of depression because of breakups. And symptoms following breakup include sleeplessness, substance use, self-harm, and intrusive thoughts. And it is also shown that there is an activation of biochemicals similar to those experiencing drug withdrawal when teenagers go through a breakup. Now I'm going to give an example about this. It is about Randall John Tempest, who was 18 years old. He ended a 2-year relationship in high school, and he was found dead on the 17th of October 2017 by his father, who woke up at 3 a.m. and realized that one of the lights on the rooms on the second floor of his house is still on. He went to check it out, and to his surprise, he only found his son dangling on the ceiling, not breathing. He immediately called for help, but it was later declared that Randall John Tempest was deceased. And those were the second and third points of my team. And once again, my team strongly disagrees with the motion of today, which is this house would allow students to date in schools. Thank you.
Thank you. The second speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Next, we'll have the third speaker of the government team to present her case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, Chairperson and Timekeeper. Good morning, judges, member of the floor, and my dear opponent. My name is Jarin, and I'm the third speaker of my team. And first, Ms. Alicia has said that her first point is academic will be affected but it can be controlled by themselves. And what we refer as dating is students will not learn, and that will affect their school image. And based on the second speaker from the opposition team, he has said that dating is having sex. And I want to say dating is not impossible to having sex. How? And how you can having sex in the school? Now I'm going to start my speech. And first, my dear opponent has said that students are not allowed to date in the school, but my team strongly believes that students should be allowed to date in the school. Why? Why must stop the students to date in the school? It's just having a date, and what we mean, the word date, is just such as going out for recess together and studying in the class together. All of this activity that do not sound like wasting of time at all or bad. And just date in the school. It is impossible to say it's a waste of time. Based on the point I've stated, first, going for recess together. It can improve relationship between them. They can have someone to talk to. And the studies have shown sharing your emotions help release your anxiety you may be having. It can also help improve communication skills. And the second one is studying in the class together. And they may learn more effectively when they study together, because it is more effective when you study alone, as we call it as study partner. As the saying goes, 2 heads are better than 1. And having someone to collaborate with when study is a great idea. Not only will it make learning fun, having a study buddy can make it easier for you to learn, help you retain information better, and even improve your marks. Try to get into a relationship when you are young. Experience it. Improve yourself, or else it will be too late. Alfred Lord Tennyson has said, "It is better to have love and loss than never to have love at all." So why should we stop the students to date in school? In Japan, Valentine's Day is celebrated in a very unique style, which is the female is going to give chocolate to the male one on that day. We call it the White Day, which takes place on March 14. There are two types of chocolate. One is Giri Choco and homemade choco. Giri Choco is meant to be for friends, colleague, bosses, and close male friends. The word Giri means obligation, hence the Giri Choco has no romance involved. On the other hand, homemade choco is given to boyfriend, lover, or husband with true love. From here, we see that Japan is not opposed to have date in school. Instead of encouraging the students to have Valentine's Day with friends, they let female students or children to bring chocolate to school on that day to give someone special. Everyone has liberty, as John Locke, an English philosopher, has said, all mankind being all equal and independent. No one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, and possessions. So, do you still think that students can't date in school? Our team strongly believes that students should be allowed to date in school. Thank you. Please.
Okay, you stated when you were strengthening your points, you said that dating in school is good for you, but did you know that 1 in 3 students who date in school receive violence and abusive dating relationships?
Yes. If students aren't all need to date when they're school time, what if they enter into the society and without only preparation? They may be cheated and manipulated by con men, as we call a liar. The consequence by virtue, not only the loss in personal but also loss in money. Thank you.
Thank you. The third speaker has spoken for 5 minutes and 5 seconds. Next, we'll have the third speaker of the opposition to present her case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, Chairperson and the timekeeper. A very good morning to the honorable judges and the members of the floor, and of course my worthy opponents. Okay, so what the government team has said just now, they said university, but what we defined was children is a young human being with the legal age of majority, which is 18 or under 18. Okay, and you guys have said that freedom, rights, am I right? So it shouldn't be prohibited. But every place have their own rules. If you want to go to that place, you have to follow their rules. And you said, the second speaker of the government team has mentioned about more improvement and experience, but with experience, you gain emotional breakdowns. And you mentioned that for feelings, jealousy is also one of the feelings that we human beings have. And jealousy could lead to drama. Drama could lead to emotional breakdowns. And emotional breakdowns, PI, please hold on. And they could lead to depression or suicide. Now I'm going to strengthen my team's points once again. Okay, what the first speaker of our team has said, date is a romantic appointment or engagement between two. And she has said that it ruins the image of school. It's correct, because if you date, it would affect your studies, and after that, you would ruin the image of school as well. And as the second speaker has said, there is a time and place for everything. You have said that dating can improve like whatsoever, and there is a time and place for everything. It means that you are doing the wrong thing at the wrong place. School is a place for you to study, not for you to date. And we're not just only said that dating could get us pregnant. No, we did not say that. Not only can it get us pregnant, but can also lead to emotional breakdowns.
POI.
Please.
And you say school is a place to study, and whereby you date, you can study from the experience and in the relationship, okay? And what we mean for dating is for students, as our topic has said, not children. Thank you.
Okay, you said that you can gain experience, right? But experience can lead to breakup, and every relationship could end with a breakup, and breakups lead to emotional breakdowns, which could lead to depression or suicide. So what my fourth speaker had BOI just now, the average length of a 15 to 18 years old relationship is actually just within 4 months. So when they break up, they will be afraid, they will get emotional breakdowns, and they will suicide. And it will also affect their studies. So we are strongly against the motion of today, which is this house would allow students to be in school. Thank you.
POI, can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
As you say, breakup, it is an experience for us. We need to improve after the fault. Learn from the fault, okay? And after you break up, you can learn to be strong, okay? Thank you.
Okay, some breakups are so bad that the negative outcome adversely affects a person's personal, social, and academic functioning. And what you said is you can get experience, but we have said for the third time now, you are doing the wrong place at the wrong time. We are not against the motion of you guys that saying that we should date, but not in school. You are doing the wrong thing in the wrong place. Thank you.
Thank you. The third speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 34 seconds. The first, second, and third speakers from the government and opposition has delivered their speeches. Before the both teams deliver the reply speeches, each team will be given 2 minutes to discuss. Start now. Alright, the discussion time is up. Here is the rules for reply speech. After the speaker has spoken for 3 minutes, the bell will ring like this. And after the speaker has spoken for 4 minutes, the bell will ring twice. The speaker will have to stop. Now is the time for reply speech. We will now invite the opposition to present his reply speech. Time given is 4 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, Chairperson and Timekeeper. A very good morning to the fellow judges, members of the floor, and of course my worthy opponents. Now, as the fourth speaker, I'll be doing the reply speech, which will summarize 3 major points of our team and doing comparisons to both sides. Now, 3 main and most important points of the government side, as what the first speaker had said. Dating is not only in the romantic relationship, it's also between opposite sex, communication, and relieving stress. And the second speaker mentioned that if you date in school, you will learn how to accept others. But we are talking from the school's perspective here. The school's age is below 18, and you can be more experienced in loving after that. Now, the third point of the government side is that dating in school can have a improvement in studies, right? But according to these points, I think our points can be won, because about what the first speaker had said, students who are dating in school have lower levels of academic achievement, as it would affect their mindset on focusing on studies, which will later affect the school's image. The image of the school is so crucial that nowadays authorities choose to help and work with schools that have better image. Then the second speaker had said our second point, which is school is not a place to date. See, the school is an institution for education, that students shouldn't date in school. If students were allowed to date in school, they don't obey school rules in the name of love. There's a time and place for everything, but dating, it's definitely not in school, and it's definitely not for students who are studying. About the third point of our team is unwanted social problems, which is pregnancy and emotional breakdown. Pregnancy leads to 2 things: physical pain of abortion or a lifetime responsibility of raising a human being. As what I said for the previous speakers, we shouldn't allow or agree students to date for just some minor reasons, as we are looking at the big picture here. Look, school allowing students to date had caused out-of-hand problems. So dating can wait, but by more focus on studying, one can have a better future by meeting a better dating partner later of their life after they completed the education. So in conclusion, we are not against the motion of dating, but not in school. And at last, we strongly believe that students would not be allowed to date in school. Thank you.
Thank you. The reply speaker has spoken for 3 minutes and 1 second. Now, let's invite the government to present the reply speech. Time given is also 4 minutes. Please begin.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Chairperson, Timekeeper, and a warm gratitude to the judges and the fellow audience. My name is Lai Javan. I'm the last speaker of my team. First, let's shout out to the opposition team with such wonderful speech. Here, I will sum up the whole 2018 inter-school debate, senior middle 1, final debate competition. I'll point out the opposition team's opinion and us, the government team's opinion. First, Miss Alicia, you said that dating in school will affect the school image. Is it? But now, Mr. Fu, you say that dating in school will lead to emotional breakdown and pregnancy, correct? So, but our team think it differently. We think that dating in school is encourageable. Why? It's because that this dating in school is our freedom. It's our freedom to do whatever we want. is our human rights. Our speaker to Yong-Shen has declared that dating in school will bring us self-improve and mental support. What is self-improve? Self-improve is build out our courage to interact with other people. And mental support, that you say that dating in school leads to breakdown and emotional breakdown, which can lead to suicide, right? But we can reflect ourselves before we think the wrong way. Finally, we can't undeny that the opposition team has very good points, but we think that our point is much better. Changing your world has become a way of life, to a better life. Just like Lord Tennyson said, that is better to love and lost rather than never love at all. So our government team strongly believes that we should let students to date in school over to the opposition team. We need to be like the birds that Arthur Nico Hugo once observed. We need to look at the all issue in a new way. It's not simple for today, but to make our tomorrow more rewarding, more fulfilling, and more compelling, because the change we make today. With your help, we can think anew and act anew on the issue before us today for a better tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. The reply speaker has spoken for 3 minutes and 1 second. We have now come to the end of this debate. We will now invite the adjudicator to adjourn to the meeting room to make a decision. Thank you.